Hope coming from Cuba. Okay, why did I title that as this video? It's because what's happening in Cuba is on a spiritual level, it's very promising because the people are really struggling because of the blockade from America for oil. But there was a time in history when that happened, when one country did something horrible to another country, and there was then a declaration of war. There hasn't been a declaration of war in Cuba against America. Okay, now the reason why that is because the spiritual energy has changed. Instead of taking the stance of we're going to have to fight against these people who are oppressing us and who are taking away what we need, the spiritual energy has become, let's find solutions, alternative solutions. One of them is that they are using solar panels on the tops of their vehicles because they can't get the electrical power to power up the vehicles, but now they're putting the solar panels on while they're driving. The solar panels are charging these vehicles. So you can see the mindset this has come from a different perspective. You know, as I said, there was a time in history when the men would have been encouraged to get up, stick on a uniform, travel to another country, slay men, hurt women and children, steal, rob, rape, But that's not the case now. It's great lessons for the people in Cuba because they're going to show the way that don't rely on imports, don't rely on other countries to get by. Just use your own sovereign independence to rely on yourselves, and don't rely on the governments either. So I wanted to really make a hopeful video about this because there is a lot of negativity, and I know there is a lot of suffering in Cuba right now. I'm not dismissing that or denigrating that, but the people there have the spirit, the loving spirit to get through this, and they will, because they're taking a loving approach and they're using love and light instead of anger and hatred. They're taking the approach of to get through this the godly way, to help each other out, to pull together in solidarity and find solutions to the challenges without any violence erupting, without any kind of a tit for tat, you've hurt me, I'm going to hurt you. No, they are focusing on how can they overcome these challenges, and that's a bright hope for the future. So thank you everyone. Bye bye.